Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, accompanied by Coach Greg Popovich and R.C. Buford.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the White House. Everybody, please have a seat. In case you didn't know, these are the NBA champion San Antonio Spurs. I was considering having the Vice President cover these remarks so I could stay fresh for State of the Union. Taking an example off Pop, who, sits his stars sometimes. But I decided I actually want to meet them. So I know we've got a lot of Spurs fans in the house, no doubt, including a guy I stole from San Antonio, our Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, former Mayor Julian Castro. Hey. And of course, we want to welcome General Manager R.C. Buford and of course Coach Popovich. I want the coach to know that he is not contractually obligated to take questions after the first quarter of my remarks. Now, look. I admit it, I'm a Bulls fan. It's never easy celebrating a non-Bulls team in the White House. That's all I've been able to do. So far. But even I have to admit that the Spurs are hard to dislike. First of all, they're old. And for an old guy, it makes me feel good to see, where's Tim? Tim's got some gray. There's a few others, with little sprinkles around here. There's a reason why the uniform is black and silver. So it makes me feel good to see that folks in advancing years can succeed in a young man's sport. But it's also because this is an international team. It's the UN of basketball teams. And it shows the way that this wonderful sport has become an international sport. Some people have rightfully started calling it the Spurs style of basketball, the beautiful game. And when you look at the passing and guys back cutting to the hoop and sharing the basketball, you see basketball the way it should be played. And I was telling these guys, you can now see everybody around the league actually stealing, first of all, assistant coaches who then become coaches and then start applying that style of play all around the league, and it's made the game better. Now, this has not always been the case, all the accolades that the Spurs received. Let's face it, just a little while back, people were saying that the Spurs were past their prime, not just old, but kind of boring. Now they're fresh and exciting, which is basically the exact opposite of what happens to presidents. It's a different trajectory. Last season was all about redemption for the Spurs. Everybody remembers the heartbreaking loss for the Spurs, not for Miami, 2 years ago. And Game 6 obviously was crazy. I'm not going to make you relive all the details. As Tony Parker said, it seemed like the basketball gods were just being cruel. But the Spurs came back focused. And Tim, who's not used to, not renowned for his trash talking, was very clear about the fact that they were going to get back to the finals. They earned the league's best record, including a franchise record 19 in a row, made it back against the finals, and then eviscerated the Heat, winning in 5 games with an average margin of 14 points, which was the most lopsided margin in finals history. Now, that may have been a high watermark for excellence, but this is an organization that has been marked by excellence, one of the best in professional sports. Since drafting Tim Duncan in 1997, they've won 5 titles. Tim has now won rings 15 years apart, only the second player in history to win titles in 3 different decades. Tim and Tony and Manu have won more playoff games than any trio in NBA history. But, you know, what's been remarkable as you watch this team over the decade is not just the incredible play of the big 3, it's also how the organization always seems to be able to pull together those missing pieces and everybody performing at an incredibly high level. You've got Finals MVP Kawhi Leonard, who played magnificently. You've got Boris Diaw, one of the best passing big men in the game. Thiago Splitter, Danny Green, Patty Mills, Marco Bellinelli, who we miss on the Bulls. You've got Matt Bonner, who my notes tell me is a sandwich blogger named Red Mamba. I mean, how can you not like a guy like that? And San Antonio has a special bond with its fans. You hear it in the Go Spurs Go chants. You see it in how the Spurs give back to their community. Coach Popovich has helped the San Antonio Food Bank raise millions of dollars. The Spurs honor our troops and our veterans and their families with camouflage uniforms and discounted tickets. And earlier today, they met with some of our wounded warriors from Walter Reed and Fort Belvoir. And they've been outstanding supporters of San Antonio's East Side, an area I designated as a promise zone. They've created literacy programs, bought tablets and computers for schools. Spurs staffers have served as mentors for young people. So they've been leading in the community. They've been leading in terms of style of play. I want to commend the Spurs as well for something they did after the championship, hiring Becky Hammon, who is the first female full-time assistant coach in the NBA. And as somebody who's got 2 daughters, one of who is a baller, you know, it makes me feel good when excellence is recognized regardless of gender. So that's what the Spurs do. They find ways to put together the best team, whether it means going to Australia or Italy or the WNBA. They want everybody on the court. They think everybody has worth. They find folks who didn't have a chance someplace else, and suddenly they figure out a way to make them shine as part of a team. And in that sense, they're a great metaphor for what America should be all about. So I just want to say, once again, congratulations. They're working through some injuries on their quest to another title. But I'll tell you what, if guys need any tips on winning back-to-back, you know where to find me.
Mine is in here, sir.
You don't get notes, man, mainly because you just give one-word answers.
Exactly. What I want to remind the president about, if I might, with all due respect, when I sit stars, I get fined. He doesn't. So, but mostly I would just like to say thank you to the president and for all the people here for having us. It truly is an honor to be here, and for me, the most satisfying part is to be able to be with all these guys. They truly have gotten over themselves. They care about the group more than the individual, and I didn't do that. That's in their character. That's who they are. So it's a pleasure to have them here, be honored by all of you, especially so many San Antonio fans and people that know San Antonio. We know that we answer to you all, and we feel that all the time. The last thing I want to say is all the pieces that the president talked about that get put together to keep the team at an excellent level, the guy responsible for that is right here, R.C. Buford. He's the guy that does that. Now we have some things for the president, I believe.
What we got here? We got some stuff?
Come on, guys.
All righty. There you go. That's sharp. Very nice, very nice. Thank you. Do I get to keep this too? Why don't we strike the podium down?
One more.
Oh, we got a ball? That's a nice looking ball right there. Thank you for signing, John. Slide in here, Coach. All right. Hold on a second. I gotta get the jersey. All right. Hand out a dime to Tony now. All good? All right. Well, congratulations. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Thank you very much.
Spurs go!